Right, the time has come. We've got a lot of bare patches in the sunny border here, and I still have to be a little bit careful because I've still got the odd canna coming up. But yeah, there's lots of gaps in there, so we've got a selection of more tropical plants to go out. So we'll start with this one because it's a little bit of an update as well. So this is the type of colocasia I bought from an Asian market. I've done a video on it. It's like a coconut size Edo or taro, and yeah, massive. And we started it off indoors, and it had one main leader which chucked out a couple of little leaves and kind of died off, didn't really do anything, and then suddenly boom, we got all this smaller growth. So yeah, unnamed variety, just something from the Asian cooking market. But it looks quite a nice ornamental variety, to be fair. I mean, the leaves are small and you don't always get a full idea of what they're going to look like until they're a bit more mature. But it does tend to, obviously it's got a green stem, but it's sort of more pinky purple towards the top, and yeah, almost you have to bear with me because I can't really see in my viewfinder due to the sun, so if I'm not in frame I'll try. Yeah, so we've got a purplish veining to the leaves, but what I was more interested in, albeit these have been indoors and I've only just brought them out, I've got a bit of aphids and maybe a bit of spider mite damage, but nature will take its course out here and that'll sort that out. But looking at this leaf, I don't know if that's showing up, but it's got a real prominent dark area in the centre. So a lot of these you'll just get like a little spot, but this one looks like it's going to spread. So that might be a good example there as well. Yeah, so that's a bit of an interesting one. Like I say, I paid £6 for it, but it did weigh in quite heavy. I think that was around about £3 a kilo, and that was like nearly 2 kilo for this big taro root or Edo. So yeah, that is going to go in the ground as a clump, and we'll see what that produces. So yeah, a little bit of an experiment. So we've got the voicinus. This is Zanzibarensis or something to that description. In the started these off indoors, then in the greenhouse, so there's a bit of insect damage on them. Not too concerned because they will quickly grow out of that, and they're pretty quick once they get going. Now we've got the warmer weather, hopefully. So this is one of the biggest varieties you can grow. In the past, I've never tried this one. I've tried the sort of red leaf version, whatever that one's called, and they tend to get, for me, about 5-6 foot, and the leaves maybe a foot across, but these ones are supposed to be a lot bigger. And yeah, quite interesting because the sort of stem sort of starts red, but then it sort of almost turns a blue before it hits the leaves. So we'll see how they do. We're going to get them out, spread them about a bit. Also got some dwarf bananas. So these are a mixture of dwarf Cavendish and Tropicana. If they are separate species or whether they're the same, I don't know, but they're quite often sold under different names. But I do find that the Tropicana does look like more of a marking on the leaves. They're sort of quite nice, whereas the what did we say, the dwarf Cavendish, they still do get a bit of coloration, but not as much as that. Maybe it's just I don't know, just the genetics of the plants, but we'll see how they do. They've been overwintered as sort of house plants, indoors, so looking a little bit rough, but when they get in the ground, get the sun going, they'll should take off and do alright. These normally get, for me, around, well, a small plant like this might get to a couple of feet, whereas slightly more advanced ones might get 3 foot. But obviously they're not hardies, they come out, dig them up at the end of the year, and also obviously with these dwarf varieties you just get hundreds and hundreds of pops come off them, little offshoots. You can see here, this is the one I had for a few years, and the main stem died, sort of rotted back, but they soon, the offshoots soon take over. And we've got a few elephant ears, so these are just pink china and colocasia escalente, so they're gonna go in the ground as well, so hopefully we can, like I say, just fill any gaps in the border here, and as we're doing it we'll finalise any weeding that needs doing, and yeah, so that'll green it all up a bit. So we'll get all these in first, all the sort of greener plants, and then we'll look into adding some colour with some flowers, or summer bedding type stuff. I've still got a few big dahlias which are starting to come, so we are going to get some flowers and colours in them. There's a couple at the back there as well, but yeah, so it should all fill out nicely and be quite lush. And yeah, so elephant ears, the dwarf bananas, and the voicinus are the good kind of standout plants in the border, along with, obviously it's got palms and stuff that's in the ground all year, but these are sort of more the tropical style stuff. So that's what I'm now doing. I'm going to be I've got some compost in the barrow, got some of the old chicken manure pellets, so as I dig the holes I'll put the garden soil into the barrow, mix it in with the compost, so it's not just pure compost, and yeah, give the plants a chance to root out and give them plenty of feed, water them in well. We've got the watering can now on the ready, and yeah, I'll get them in and hopefully they'll start taking off. Alright, so that's just a quick little update for you of what's going on. Enjoy your nice long bank holiday weekend if you're in the UK. Thanks for watching.